Protest rocks EKITI community as herdsmen kill 2 farmers. There was a protest in Isaba, EKITI, Ikole local government area of EKITI State on Saturday following the killing of 2 farmers by suspected Fulani herdsmen in the community. One of the victims was identified as Toyin Akeju, popularly referred to as Jisoro in the community, while the other was said to be a laborer, simply known as Daudu, invited to work on the farm. They were said to have been shot dead on their farm on Friday. A reliable source who spoke with the Tribune Online noted that the 2 victims were declared missing on Friday after they failed to return home from the farm. He added that the families approached the Amotekun Corps, who initiated a search team alongside the local hunters and police to the farm, where they met their corpses with gunshot wounds on Saturday morning. The source explained that the incident was a reprisal attack by the herdsmen who were challenged by the farmers on Sunday on the farm. According to him, 2 of the herdsmen went to the farm on Friday and they did not return throughout, which made the family report to the Amotekun Corps. The Amotekun operatives went to the farm searching for them, only to meet their lifeless bodies with gunshots on Saturday morning. Obviously, it was a reprisal attack because on Thursday, these particular farmers were in the farm and had issues with the herdsmen, to the extent that they overpowered them and they collected cutlasses from the herders. The herders were sent home and returned on Friday to commit this dastardly act against the farmers who only challenged them a day earlier. It is a very sad situation. When contacted, the Amotekun Corps Commander Brigadier General Joe K1ŁŁ, who confirmed the killing, said his men were already on the trail of the criminal elements. I can confirm that the 2 farmers were allegedly killed by the herdsmen after an altercation they had earlier on Thursday. They have handed over their corpse to the police while we continue with our investigation, he said. K1ŁŁ advised residents to go about their normal activities without fear, saying the corps would do everything possible to put an end to attacks by suspected herdsmen. On his part, the police public relations officer Sunday Abutu noted that it was a confrontation between the farmers and the people suspected to be Fulani herdsmen who were alleged to have been terrorizing the Akko-Irele axis of the council area. Abutu added that the deceased corpse had been recovered from the Amotekun Corps and deposited at the morgue in Ikole General Hospital. According to him, there was a crisis between some farmers and herders. In the process, there were casualties. The police were contacted and operatives have been deployed to that axis to maintain peace. Wow. This is really, really bad. I think it should be a thing of people just stay at home. I'm not an EKITI, but if I was an EKITI resident, I'd just stay at home, because honestly, what do you mean do your normal activities without fear? Like, that's basically being very, careless, because again, when lives are lost, all you can do is, I'm sorry. Well, there are a lot of comments here, and the first reaction said, stupid protest from lazy youths, march in your thousands to the forest and fish them out before they escape. And what are the Amotekun doing? City Amotekun. What? Okay. Someone says, I'm sure they won't summon the killers to Abuja and no noise from the northerners, but if there is reprisal, plenty of noise everywhere. True. If the EKITI people killed Fulani herdsmen, now you would see another northerner say they killed northerners now. They killed Yoruba, now presidency would not say anything. Now, comb with the bushes and finish any herdsman in the bush. Can you go to the north and start killing another northerner in Kano, Katsina? War has started in Nigeria, but people are just looking at this situation with ordinary eyes. It may be that's true. I mean, the government has proven so many times to have a bias towards, a bias in terms of the double standard in the way they treat or the way they apply the law towards criminals on both ends, be it from the south or the north. But then again, the government seems to favor the north and sort of gives them excuses that the northern people, they literally help them come up with excuses of, like, the country is bad, they had no jobs, da 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 da. But then it's like, should that justify what they've done? Absolutely not. We can understand that yes, there are influences, but as in our everyday life, we have influences, but at the end of the day, when we choose to do something, when we do something, we are taking that action, especially if it is of our own will. It is very bad. I'd say that people be very careful in the case of state, because we don't want any casualties. We don't, because again, we have to understand, if the government has proven time and time again to protect, but the government hasn't. So why should the people of Ekiti just believe what the Amatekon Corp says or the police says in terms of go around with your daily activities? That's careless, because again, no one has been reprimanded. There's been no justice, even outside Ekiti State, and you expect them to believe and trust. So I advise, if anyone from Ekiti is watching this, I think the best thing to do is just to stay at home and be careful. If you're going out, again, go out for important reasons, to go find food or something. But yeah, I think there's literally no point in trying to go about daily activities. Yeah. It's very, very sad. Of course, a lot of people think that the government is absolutely what's the word I can use? I don't know, what word would you use to describe the Nigerian government? They never listen to anything. It's a shame. It's always a shame with the Nigerian government. It's always an embarrassment. They're not even ashamed, but it's sad. A comment here says, confrontation indeed.
Why did I switch to
and yeah, that's basically it. A lot of things are happening in the country. Wherever you are, just focus on what you need to focus on. If there was with every attack, there was a trend on Twitter, for example, for the world to see, and then we hold certain people accountable, because again, with the NSAS protest, the Nigerians went live, they went out, they made the matter trend worldwide, and people who didn't know Buhari before knew his name, people who didn't know Samuel before knew his name, people who didn't know Tinubu, they knew his name, because as we highlighted those issues and made it trend worldwide, we also held the people responsible and we put their faces there. So they also, people also know them. They've gotten a fan base, and of course, a new fan base outside the country, because the atrocities that they've done, they've been held accountable, and so that image still the internet will never forget, and I think it's a good thing. Yeah, put what you think about this in the comment section below, and do not forget to like and subscribe.